Good morning, I'm J. Lenora Bressler, and welcome to the May 2nd, 2017 edition of the Bible, Delight in the Details. In the Gospels, Jesus asks, "What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul?" You know, some of the great old hymns have wonderful stories behind them, and I'm going to bring you one of the most famous and most meaningful today, and that is the story of "It Is Well With My Soul." Horatio G. Spafford was a very successful lawyer and businessman in Chicago immediately after the Civil War. However, in 1871, he and his wife Anna, with whom he was dearly in love, their son, their very young son, the only boy child that they had, died of pneumonia. Later that year, in the Chicago fire, they lost most of their business. But God was very gracious and allowed them to rebuild very quickly in the aftermath of the fire. So within 2.5 years, they were very much back on their feet. Now, the Spaffords had 4 daughters, and they were all going to go on a vacation to Europe. But a emergency about the business caused Mr. Spafford to have to stay back. So he put his wife and 4 daughters on a ship headed to Cardiff, Wales, telling them that he would follow soon after. Unfortunately, the ship sank on the way when it collided with another ship, and within 12 minutes, it was under the waves. The 4 Spafford girls were killed. The wife was rescued. She was clinging to driftwood, and was taken to Europe. She sent her husband a very brief telegram saying, "Saved alone, what do I do?" He would later frame that telegram and place it in his office. He raced to his wife, and a pastor who happened to have been on the doomed ship said that Mrs. Spafford was very clear with him and said, "God has given me 4 girls, and now he's taken them away. Someday I will understand why." As Mr. Spafford raced across the ocean to his wife, the captain told him that they were nearing the spot where his children had been drowned and where the ship had gone down. It was on that deck, as he was literally going over the watery graves of his children, that he wrote, "It is well with my soul." And if you will read those lyrics and think about him thinking about those words and crafting that wonderful song of faith in that location with the significance, it is mind-blowing. You know, we talk a lot about the peace of God, that it passes all understanding. And truly, Horatio Spafford and his wife Anna are true examples of that in living motion. The Spaffords went on to have more children, including a son who died at 4 with pneumonia. So tragedy was not going to leave this family. And yet they continued to be marvelous Christian examples. In fact, the Spaffords were supporters and partners with the great missionary and evangelist Moody, whose work still lives on today with the Moody Institute and the Moody Church in Chicago. May this be said of us as is said of the Spaffords, and as he has urged us and all the people that have ever heard his song in all the many years since. Keep your eyes on the big thing. The big picture is all well with your soul. Everything else, as important as it is, pales in comparison to that. Let us be sure we have the right answer to that important question. I'm J. Lenora Bressler. Visit me tomorrow on the next edition of the Bible, Delight in the Details. Have a great day.